Hello everybody. I've been getting quite a few comments lately on my videos and in my stream from people that have said something along the lines of, I picked up Risk of Rain 2 after seeing your stuff and I absolutely love it. Thank you. First off, hello to any and all of you that have recently gotten into Risk of Rain 2. Hope you're having a blast. However, my aim with this video is to address those of you that have either A, never heard of the game, or B, are on the fence about purchasing it due to not knowing what it has to offer or any similar reason. And for those of you who already watch my content, you can think of this as my review of the game. For context, I have a total of 391 hours played as of writing the script, most of which have been on my stream playing the game on the hardest difficulty. So the opinions and reasonings behind them you'll hear in this video are from someone who's played the game extensively since its early access launch this past March. Let's begin with the arguably most important topic. Fun. Is it fun? Well, let's see here. 400 hours played since March 27th, 2019. Today's date is July 30th, 2019, which would make roughly 100 hours played per month, or just a bit over 3 hours a day for 4 months straight. Sounds about right. Hey, but maybe this guy's just biased though. Let's see what Steam says, okay? Oh, 98% positive in the last month and over 9,000 reviews. 95% positive across the entirety of all reviews. Sounds like they bought their ratings, honestly. Let's see what my favorite gaming critics that are always right and definitely never biased have to say. And that confirms it. This game just looks terrible. Okay. Jokes aside, yes, this game is fun. Holy moly. Yeah, it's fun. When it comes down to it, the game is just a shooter with tons of movement involved. You thought Doom was fast? Think again. All right, Doom is also pretty fast. If you enjoy fast-paced action with very little downtime, this game is for you. Simple as that. Need more convincing? If Risk of Rain 2's core is its action, then its mantle is the roguelike elements. And I totally did not have to Google what was outside of the planet's core. All right, enough metaphors and buzzwords, only info from here on out. Let's go. The gameplay loop of Risk of Rain 2 is as follows. Choose a character, they're actually called survivors, drop in and kill stuff, spend the money you get from kills on purchasing items, kill stuff some more, activate the teleporter, kill the boss, and move to a different stage. Realize the game is always getting harder. Die. Do it all again. As a new player, you'll unlock new items and characters rapidly in your first few hours of gameplay, and overall, there's definitely no shortage of new stuff once you unlock everything because, as the roguelike genre is known for, every run starts the same regardless of who you play and what difficulty you're on. You will always be level 1 with no items and 15 gold to your name when you start a run, and the numerous, and I do mean numerous, unique items that you find, as well as the character you choose, are what enable each run to feel different. What hooks me in its gameplay loop is the flow of combat coupled with the randomness of getting items. There is no set build you're going after. It's not an RPG by any stretch. Now, this doesn't mean there aren't some items that perform better on someone versus another, because there absolutely are some examples, but rather the point is all you have to do is play. Shoot some stuff, buy some stuff, do it some more, that's it. Of course, as you get more experience, you'll start to learn what is good for you in specific situations, such as when to pick up mobility versus damage versus defense, etc., but it will all come naturally through experience. However, if you want a head start, check out one of my many videos that frequently cover topics like this in lots of detail. Shameless self-plug, by the way. There are a ton of items in the game, around 90 as the most recent update in June, and every single one of them, aside from ones that require to be activated, which are called equipment, are endlessly stackable. Yes, you heard that right. Every passive item scales and becomes stronger with the more stacks you have of it. Not to mention you have different types of items, with the rarer ones having much more powerful effects, and you can start to see how addicting getting these items can become. And the best part is that stacking items isn't just as simple as bump the damage numbers up and call it a day. Every item is unique and their stacking effects reflect this. Let's do a quick example here. There's a green item that is undoubtedly the best item in the game called Chronobobble. Its stacking effect is that, hold on a second, wrong item, sorry, simple mistake, really. For real, there's a green item, which is the uncommon rarity, called the ukulele. Its effect is that it has a chance to shoot lightning beams out from any attack you perform, and the lightning can chain across multiple enemies. Basically, it gives all your attacks a chance to do some really nice area damage. Its stacking effect is that the lightning can reach more enemies at a larger radius. Look, no damage increase to be seen. At first glance, you may think, okay, I just need one of these things since it doesn't go up in damage, right? No. What makes this item so good is not its damage, but rather its unique effect. Each beam of lightning has a separate chance to proc or use your other on-hit items, which there are a ton of those. So in short, just because the item itself doesn't get an increase to damage, the ability to hit more targets and at a further distance mean it will proc more of your other high damage items, like some of these, and thus bump your overall damage up immensely. If some of what I just said went over your head, don't worry. My point is simply that tons of items have unique interactions and special benefits, which makes picking them up extremely satisfying and, more importantly, fun. The ukulele is just one example of many. Since we've talked about what kills stuff, now let's talk about what you actually kill. If you didn't know, or see the big 2 at the end of the title, this game is a sequel. I won't get into the details on the first game, but the world that Hopoo, who are the developers, created, meaning the items, characters, environments, and monsters, are almost almost all taken from or inspired from the first game's mythos. Why is this relevant, you ask? Because it means everything is fleshed out. Each monster you encounter is unique and more often than not requires you to think about your strategy in a different way based on your current situation. We got small rock boys with laser beams. We got big rock boys with big laser beams. We got big golden rock boys with big, not golden laser beams. They're still red. All right, I said no more jokes. For real though, there is a ton of variety across the enemies, and simply playing the game once or watching any content, you'll see how each encounter provides its own challenges to overcome, especially the later a run goes. Let's talk about character choice. Currently, there are 7 survivors to choose from, and for the most part, they each offer a unique playstyle and feel different from one another to warrant a choice. There is no clear best choice, and it truly comes down to your personal playstyle. Do you like to play defensively and hold down a certain area? Try the engineer with his bubble shield and placeable turrets. Do you like to zoom and dash around your enemies at the speed of light with some fancy up close and personal combat? The mercenary is your man. Want to just mindlessly hold down left click while snapping from target to target like an arcade shooter? Commando or multi have you covered. Obviously, there's a lot more context to characters aside from a one-dimensional description. Just know that each and every survivor can be played to the same degree as the others. However, I said they are all unique and offer different playstyles for the most part. The exception here lies within the late game and brings us to the game's longevity. What keeps you playing Risk of Rain 2? For context, the game's difficulty is always increasing. The difficulty you choose to play on only affects how fast the in-game difficulty ramps up. Other than that, everything revolves around how long your run has been going for and what stage you are on. Again, the gameplay loop is to find a teleporter, kill the boss, and move to the next stage while killing stuff in between everything. Moving to a new stage jumps the difficulty up by an amount, but so does just sitting around and doing nothing. As long as the in-game timer is going up, so is the difficulty and by extension, the challenge. In short, I consider the late game or end game to be any run that is around like the 90-minute mark. Once you are at this point, you will have accumulated a lot of items because remember, each item can stack virtually endlessly and your gameplay will more or less become kill one thing, watch the entire screen die, or hold left click and simply look at something and watch it die. Now, don't be alarmed. There is absolutely still some fun in clearing your entire screen by simply sneezing on an enemy, but after the 10th, 20th, or 100th time of doing it, yeah, it'll start to lose its appeal. This is also where your character choice becomes irrelevant. It doesn't matter who you're playing when you're killing things in the blink of an eye because every class can get to this point. Sure, some characters may be more consistent than others, but everyone can get to the point of becoming a god. Again, though, don't be alarmed. For one, getting the god run is not going to happen every run, not even close. Your first few times will absolutely feel rewarding and you'll want to keep pushing to see just how far you can get. But more importantly, the fun of the game is not being OP, it's becoming OP. The process of getting the run online is what draws me and many others to the game, not the run itself. Hopefully that makes some sense. Also, if you find the base difficulty, Rainstorm, to be too easy, you can bump it up to Monsoon, which will be quite the jump in difficulty and will offer essentially a whole new learning experience. And if you need even further appeal to keep going, the game can be played with up to 4 people. Just invite anyone on your Steam friends list and copy paste the lobby code to anyone and they can join you. There's also a quick play option that matches you with random people, but your connection is entirely dependent on the host, and if they leave, the entire lobby is closed and you have to find a new one. I'd stay away from quick play and rather use something like the official Risk of Rain 2 Discord, or even better, our own Discord, another shameless self-plug, to find people to play with. The final thing I wanted to cover here is the game's future, the updates. How frequent are they? Do they add substantial content? Are they free? Not very, yes, and yes. Hopoo has the development philosophy of getting it done right the first time, and thus they provide major content updates every few months. The game is still young in its early access lifespan, so we've only had this Scorched Acres update thus far, but the content was very well received and absolutely added some cool stuff like a new character, new stage, new boss, new enemies, new items, and some balance changes among some other stuff. Future updates with the scope of Scorched Acres are planned, and we know this from the roadmap the devs released. The next major update we can look forward to is the summer update, which is confirmed to be coming sometime in September. And yes, all future content in the game is free. As of now, they haven't told us anything about paid DLC, and I'd wager they have no intentions of adding any. All in all, this game is worth it. It's an indie game developed by literally 3 guys and backed by Gearbox as their publisher. They've been extremely vocal with us, the community, on what their plans are for the game and even go as far as to implement our suggestions into the game. So yes, you should absolutely spend the $20 on Risk of Rain 2. You cannot get a better deal for the price, and it will only get better in the future, so why not pick it up now? If you've gained some interest in Risk of Rain 2 after watching this video, you could check out any of my numerous videos on the game where I cover things like a complete item tier list or an in-depth guide to playing each and every character. Please leave any and all feedback or questions down below in the comments. I read it all, I promise. If you want to ask me stuff in real time or come see me playing Risk of Rain 2 live, I stream on Twitch over at twitch.tv/Woolie Gaming. And if you want notifications when I go live or upload a new video, our Discord server is absolutely the best place place to be. We have LFG, we have memes, quite a bit of discussion on the game, so if you just want a place to hang out and talk Risk of Rain 2, our Discord server is where you want to go. Links to both my Twitch and the Discord server are down below. Thank you very much for watching.